Hello everybody, this is Jorge from Mexicali Fish Keeper. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done a video with me chatting in front of the camera. Lately I've just been doing live streams and these experimental videos that I guess you could call that, where I'm just filming stuff and putting music, you know, just playing with the content. But anyways, this is kind of a weird video for me to do because it feels a little bit awkward, but it's good, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. As you guys have known and have been following me for a while, one of the things that I've always said is that I've been very blessed, not only in general life, but also in the hobby. And today is another a testament to that. Yesterday, I had a friend reach out and give me some misfortunate news for him. Just because it's the type of message that you get when somebody's getting out of the hobby, and it's always never pleasant because you know somebody else is not going to be part of the hobby, or at least for a while. Although in talking to him today, it seems like it's just a down time for him, where he needs to make some other adjustments before he gets back into it. But he told me he's coming back. He's pretty adamant that he's not done with the hobby. But you know, life happens and circumstances change. But anyways, as you guys have known, and I have told you guys in the past, the reason I say I'm blessed is because a lot of the things that are in my fish room, I've been very, very fortunate that people have reached out to me and given me stuff. Why? I don't know. I can't figure it out. Maybe it's the fact that I live in a small town, and even crazier than that I'm actually here on social media putting up, you know, what I do with our crazy hobby. Who knows? I can't say what it is. But nonetheless, I've been a very fortunate man. I mean, I have no gripes about that. And I'm very, very aware of the fact that I have received some true blessings. This hobby can be very expensive, as we all know. But I have had the luck that it really hasn't cost me much. As you guys know, and those that have been in some of the chats have been seeing that I've been posting comments. I did a couple of teases today on Instagram where I showed you that there's some changes coming to the fish room, and I've talked about this a little bit on some of the live streams in the chats. And this video is to kind of formally announce what those changes are coming. And I kind of wanted to show you, when I started building the fish room, I was so caught up in doing the work that I didn't record a lot of the content until after the fact. And this is my opportunity to rectify that and kind of show you guys from the beginning of what those changes might be. But before we do that, I just kind of want to point out some of the things that I've been very fortunate to receive. And it's kind of weird because I don't want this to sound off as bragging or anything like that, because that's not what it is. But I want to show the fortune that I've received from members of the community, and to show that this community is great. I mean, not too many places, not too many hobbies do you get the support from your peers, and that just this is a testament to that, for the most part. And you'll see, I'll point out all the stuff that I've received just because people know that I do this for a hobby, and they figured that it's probably going to good hands. So without further ado, let me turn the camera around and I'll kind of walk you through to what's going to happen and talk a little bit about the potential changes that could be happening in the fish room. So with that being said, let me turn the camera around. Okay, as most of you guys know, this is me coming into the garage from the easement door that gives me access to the garage. And I have the bookshelf here where I've set up the bowls, and I showed you guys how I did that. Well, this is definitely gonna change. I don't know if it's going away completely. I'm thinking what's gonna happen is, and you'll see why, I might make a special rack for these bowls and turn this into all my storage. I might create some type of doors, or may not, I don't know yet, but I might repurpose this as a storage cabinet, and so that way I don't have stuff scattered everywhere like I do in here. But anyways, over here is a part of the garage, and I'll talk a little bit more about what's going to happen here. But over here is the fish room, and I've pointed this out a few times in the past as to the stuff that I've been very blessed with. As you guys can see, this is my workstation also, where I do my live streams and I would say editing, but I don't edit my videos, as you guys well know. Maybe I should do that a little bit more, but nonetheless. Okay, so what I wanted to kind of go through here is kind of point out some of the stuff that I've been very fortunate to receive through the course of doing this hobby, and add on to what's coming. So this is a 75-gallon. This one I did purchase. This 50-gallon I was gifted. It's a 55, sorry, but it's a different. This is an 18-inch deep, and it's not as tall as your conventional 55-gallon. This one I did purchase. This is a 33-gallon cube that I did buy. It's super cheap. This is an acrylic 55-gallon. It's a 36-inch instead of a conventional 48-inch, because it's a lot deeper. And this one was gifted to me by the same person that I received the new stuff that I'm going to talk about. This is my 150. It's also an acrylic. It's set up with a homemade undergravel filter and a homemade sump. This one, believe it or not, I was gifted. A gentleman from one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, for out of the blues, reached out and said that he had watched a couple of posts that I had done and saw that I was putting some aquariums together, and he offered this one up to me. So that one was given to me. This is a 65, I believe, that I purchased that one, but again, like a super cheap deal. It used to be my goldfish tank, and it still is, but along with some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about that I recently received, I also got a few fish that are temporarily being housed there. You guys have seen my breeding rack. These are all 10 gallons that were gifted to me by the same individual that gave me this aquarium. This 20-gallon was the first aquarium that started everything for me again. That one was given to me. Those three in the bottom I purchased. That one was gifted to me. That one down there was gifted to me. The same guy that gave me the 150, all these 10s, gave me these 220 longs right here. That one I purchased. Again, less than $1 a gallon. So that was given to me. I mean, that one I bought. And then over here, I have, I want to say it's a 33-gallon. It's almost the same dimensions as this 30-gallon here, or 29-gallon, but it's a little bit taller. And but I haven't really done the math. I know it's a little bit taller because I compared it to this one. So I know it's like a 33-gallon or something like that. That one was given to me because the center brace had been snapped, and I think I fixed it. I did my little repair there. I'm still yet to water test it to see if it's going to hold up. But anyways, there's that. This 55-gallon was given to me by the same gentleman that gave me that acrylic tank back there, and everything else I'm about to show you. One of my co-workers did give me this 50-gallon lowboy, which is eventually where I'm going to set up the shallies that are in that 29-gallon that I was pointing out to. So those will be going in here. And then this is where it gets interesting. I recently received a bunch of new equipment and aquariums, and this is not even all of it. There's still more to come. But as you guys can see, I received some substrate for Planet aquariums, a couple of bowls. This looks like a 10-gallon corner tank that it was like a shrimp tank. Another 10-gallon tank. I got this 75. He also gave me a 40
40 gallon breeder, and there's 3 of these. This is the first one. I gotta still pick up 2 more tomorrow. He gave me a whole bucket full of rocks, hardscape, some timers, some what is the company? God, it's slipping my name. Anyways, these are the artificial rocks. And they make the backgrounds. It's a company that makes the backgrounds, but for the life of me, I can't remember the name right now. Some other filters, internal filters that are going with that. A 10-gallon tank there. A bucket full of sand. I also have to go pick up tomorrow a 120 and a 300-gallon aquarium. All of that is what I've just recently been blessed with. So what does that mean? That this is no longer going to look the way it is. What's going to end up happening here is I'm going to have to come in here. My wife has been telling me anyways that she wanted me to rearrange the fish room because she doesn't like coming out of the door and running into this whole section here. So she's been wanting me to move this stuff over to that wall, which means that all of that has got to go away, which also means that a lot of these empty boxes, I'm going to have to sort through that and throw a bunch of stuff away because I need to get rid of a bunch of junk. When we moved in here about 3 years ago, there's still stuff that's in boxes that we haven't opened. So that to me is an indicator that they probably need to go away because we're not going to use them if we haven't dug into them. Up in there is some light bars that I recently found on Marketplace. That whole air system is a loop system for that air pump that's up there that was gifted to me. No, that one I paid for that, but I didn't pay not even a quarter of the worth of everything. I got all the pump, the airlines that go on the top and all that, and all the little valves that go with it, for like $50. I don't even think that pays for that pump. But anyways, so I've got that. So what's going to happen is I'm probably going to get rid of most of these 10 gallons. They're going to go away. The 300 gallon is an 8-foot wide or long, I don't know how you want to call it, aquarium that I've already measured it out. So pretty much where the refrigerator's at, I'm probably going to get it as close as I can to the door. And it gives me enough room where that door can open up. All this stuff you see here is going away. I'm thinking I might be able to fit that 120 because I think it's like either a 5-footer. It's not like a 6-footer. I don't think so. It looks smaller than 6 feet to me, but I didn't really measure it. I was so taken aback by the 8-foot aquarium that I really didn't even. That other tank looked real small and dwarf compared to that. But anyways, all of this stuff is going away. So in here, what I'm thinking is I still want to do some breeding, so I'm going to have to keep a few of the 10-gallon tanks. I'm thinking probably all the 4 that are in the bottom, but all of these are going away. I might get rid of these 20 talls and go with oh yeah, he also gave me another 20 long that I didn't show you guys. That's back there. And I think if I'm correct, he stated that there's still a few more items. I'm getting canister filters that went with all those aquariums. There's more decor. I mean, it is a tremendous amount of stuff. But anyways, this is going to probably go away. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with these aquariums because I do have the 120 now. And I do have that 300. The 300, the idea is that I might do angelfish just because I know that's one of my wife's favorite fish. And I think it would just look super cool to have a 300-gallon aquarium with a bunch of angelfish and a lot of plants. Not 100% sold that that's what's going to happen. Now, the other thing that's pretty cool is that these guys have laid eggs again. The first clutch that I actually pulled, unfortunately I lost most of them except one of them, which is still in here somewhere in this little aquarium. I made a mistake of thinking that I could move them into a floating container inside the aquarium, but it didn't have enough water movement that the water in there actually spiked up with ammonia and killed most of them. But I was smart enough to leave like 3 or 4 in here, And out of those, I still have that one down in there that is growing and thriving. But here's the other thing that's pretty cool. Like I said, the angelfish laid eggs on the lift tube of that hang on the back that's in there. So now I'm going to see if I can get these to hatch out and hopefully not make the same mistakes that I made there again. So the idea is this whole section here is going to go away. I need to figure out how to get this one probably up against that wall. Those two that are there, I need to do new racks because these are not the most efficient as far as space usage, because you lose 6 inches in the front, so I'm losing 1.5 feet of space because of the cinder blocks. But you know, they work. It's just I might have to reconfigure that. The way the racks are set up now that I've got 275s, it might have its own rack. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with I have 355s, but I can't go triple stack on 55s. My roof is real short, so I don't have enough room. That aquarium there definitely was a mistake putting it up that high. And I was talking about it the other day, or this morning, I think during the live stream. I can only reach, once I get on the step ladder and reach in, I can only really clean about half of this, right up to here. And all this down in here, I can't reach. Because it's an acrylic, it's not an open top like these, like all these where you could just kind of reach in immediately. This one up here has this big lip down in here, and that kind of takes away from my arm length. And if I get a ladder that's too tall, then I hit the top of the roof. So what's gonna probably happen is if I go with this setup, it'll be down in this place, but with a rack that'll fit it, and that 50 gallon lowboy, I can set it even if I go this high with the top of that aquarium, I can still work on it because the profile is only 10 inches, and it'll give me plenty of space to do the maintenance that needs to be done on this one. Or maybe I get rid of it. I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet. But I know a lot of this is going away. I need to make a better use of the space. These, I kind of had left these because I was thinking I was going to put hang on the backs on these. So I wanted a little bit of room. But I'm getting rid of all that. I'm going to go with an entire air loop system with that pump. And some of these aquariums are actually going to go filterless. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But that's what's going on. So, like I said, those aquariums will probably go the 8 foot. That 5 footer, 6 footer will probably go in there. All of this is getting downsized. I got to get rid of a lot of this junk. Way too much. This used to be a workbench because my wife decided during COVID that she wanted to repurpose furniture. That's kind of like one of her pieces that she did. And so I needed a place to be able to do all that construction. I'm probably going to cut this down probably about to the size of this aquarium here, but not because I'm going to make it a rack, but because I still want to be able to have some sort of a work table in here. But I can get away with this because I only have that miter saw there, that chop saw, and I have a redundance of hand tools, which I think I'm going to get rid of some of them and only keep the essentials. But that's kind of what's going on. As you guys can see, there's that 20 gallon that I was talking about. That's that 40. There's 3 of those. That's the 75 that I can double stack. But that's what's coming. Those are the changes that are happening, and you know, we'll see how it works out. Like I said in the past, I really haven't taken the time to kind of film all that stuff. I know tomorrow we go pick those up. I got a friend of mine that's helping me load those aquariums. Luckily, the 8 footer's an acrylic tank, so it might be a 3-man job that we can get it up there on the truck. I'm actually a little bit scared about of the 120 because that's a glass tank. Sorry, and that sucker might be heavier than that 300. But we'll see. I didn't even try picking it up today because I was trying to bring some of this stuff. But those are some of the changes that are coming. I mean, that's all there is to it. Again, I just want to be
thankful for all the people that have helped me, that continue to support me. I'm just kind of speechless at times because the generosity that people have towards me is undescribable. But again, I know I'm blessed. This is another example of that, and I don't take it for granted. I don't know why I'm having a hard time with my words, but I do appreciate it, and I understand that I'm very fortunate. And with that, I just want to say thank you here for being here, and follow me along, see what this becomes of this place. Like I said, there's going to be some changes, and it'll be interesting to see what I end up doing. The funny part of all this, if there's anything that's funny about the situation, is that my friend that gave me all this equipment, I thought he was going to be extremely bummed out, because in my situation, I would have. He knows it's a minor setback for him. He'll be back. It's just sometimes, life will kick you harder than you expect, and you just kind of, bear with it and readjust. But he was super excited at the fact that he wanted to see what I was going to do with that 300-gallon aquarium. Of all the things to be, and then just when things line up, they just line up. Just the other day, I was on Steve and Kelly's and Midro. I was watching their live stream, and Kelly was auctioning off, or not giving away, an Amazon sword, but she was looking for somebody that had a big aquarium, and I just said I was going to participate in that, kind of knowing I was getting that aquarium. I already knew I was getting it, and it just so happens that I got lucky enough to get that plant. So yeah, Kelly, tomorrow or one of these days I'll put up the video for that, and you'll see that it is. I'm being truthful. It's going into a 300-gallon, and with that, thank you guys, and I appreciate everything you guys do for me, and just, I guess, thank you. So I'll see you guys soon. You guys take care.